Number 10. The Diplomat Hotel, Baguio City. If you talk about ghosts, the hotel has been so notorious over time, it has become a go-to place for those who seek an adrenaline rush like no other. For its spookiness, the place is certainly no area for the weak-hearted. Thrill seekers better be ready not to go the heart attack route. Reports have it that headless priests, among many other creepy paranormal activities, have manifested in more ways than one in this mysterious hotel of sorts. A quick look at history reveals that the hotel at the height of World War II was repeatedly attacked by the Japanese, resulting in the untimely deaths of many priests who were killed in the most brutal manner, along with innocent babies. Number 9. Teachers Camp, Baguio City. This place may be a popular spot for school seminars and corporate rendezvous. But that does not stop the area to gain the uncanny reputation as most haunted. A little travel back in history reveals that the place once saw the deaths of many an indigenous citizen as it became a battleground during the American era. Legend has it that the souls of those warriors has never left this sought-after training camp. If you ask a Baguio resident if renting a cottage at the teachers' camp is a good idea, the normal reaction would be, yes, if you want to see ghosts. People who experienced spending a night or two at one of the cottages at teachers' camp tell their experiences of seeing ghostly apparitions, poltergeist, objects moving around, and doppelgangers. Number 8. PMA, Philippine Military Academy, Baguio City. Home of the future generals of the Philippines and named after one of the bravest generals serving General Emilio Aguinaldo, General Gregorio del Pilar, the Philippine Military Academy is one spooky place you don't want to mess with. The military training camp must be filled with extremely sad soldier deaths, as in the dead of the night, platoons of dead soldiers are reportedly seen on the grounds. And the buildings are no exception, as ghosts of uniformed military personnel have been sighted. Inside the academy, stories abound about shotput being thrown in the barracks, sabers falling, doors being slammed shut repeatedly, or a faceless cadet making unscheduled rounds at night. Number 7. Balete Drive, New Manila, Quezon City. For starters, the place has a long line of big trees lining up, and where balete trees abound, tales of horror sprout like mushrooms after the rain. Once considered to be the most haunted road in the country. Back then, it looked the part too. Balete trees and old Spanish-era houses once lined the infamous street. Over time, the street has been avoided by pedestrians and drivers alike, as rumors has spread of a white lady hailing taxis and riding only to disappear after some time. Legend has it that a woman lost her life along the road many years ago. Some say she took it herself after her lover had decided to bolt prior to their big day. He left her hanging, literally. Locals would discover her cold, lifeless body swaying back and forth from a branch of one of the balete trees that bordered the stretch. Others say she was raped and killed by a taxi driver in the area, and that she still roams the street to this day in search of the perpetrator. Number 6. Manila Film Center, Pasay City. A most unfortunate fate awaited those who built this national structure in Pasay. Reports have it that while the building was being constructed, the upper floor gave in, burying workers alive in the fresh concrete below. However, instead of attending to the dead, management ordered that the bodies be left buried, covering it with another layer of more cement. You see, the orders came from straight up the First Lady at that time. She did not want any delay to meet a tight schedule for an upcoming festival. Poor souls. Many of those who got the creeps from this place tell the same story. It is haunted by the ghosts of angry construction workers. People hear cries and moans, see apparitions, as well as bleeding walls and arms sticking out from under doors. Number 5. UP Los Baños Campus. Not only is this world-renowned school nestled at the foot of the utterly mysterious Mount Makiling, UPLB stood witness to countless number of merciless killings during the Japanese occupation. It is said that out of the notorious Baker Hall, formerly a Japanese war camp, headless spirits appear, frightening an unlucky human, but also bitterly reminding everyone of those fallen soldiers decapitated by the Japs. Anyone who ventures near Baker Hall attests to the chills that it brings. Cries and shouts and screams can supposedly be heard from the hall at night. Another story goes that every night, a platoon of soldiers march around the hall. If you happen to see them, don't run. It's said they'll chase you all night long if you do. Number 4. Clark Air Base Hospital, Pampanga. In the heat of World War II, Clark Air Base Hospital was the place of refuge for the dying and injured American soldiers. Well, looking at the place alone is sure to give you the creeps. But don't count my word to it. Rather, listen to what Ghost Hunters International has to say. The band of professional spiritistas has dubbed the place as one of the most haunted places in the world. Which means, we are not just talking about a haunted hospital experience, but paranormal activities that has been recorded, which includes amongst many violent spirit voices and unexplained shadows. Number 3. Fort Santiago. Intramuros. A military fort that has stood the test of time, Fort Santiago is witness to thousands of soldier deaths. Built in 1593 as a strategic bulwark for the Spanish conquistadors, the fort changed hands a couple of times, depending on the occupying foreign power, from Spanish to Americans to Japanese, and back to the Americans. Amidst all the power grabbing ran the story of many soldiers on both sides of the line dying within the area. The ghosts that have been seen here come in the form of soldiers patrolling the night as actual guards on duty. Adding creepiness to that, many people have heard screams in the dead of the night, said to be of tortured personnel, reverberating through the walls. Number 2. Ozone Disco. Quezon City. In matters of minutes, the exuberance of youth and the joy of the moment was transformed into shouts and cries of chaos that left 160 people dead, swallowed by fire on March 18, 1996. So much trapped emotions. Such a horrible event, the Ozone Disco tragedy, stays tops as the deadliest fire accident in the history of the archipelago. Must be the reason why up to this day, some people who live nearby and passers-by claim that at night, they hear faint disco music and see through the windows of the building the silhouette of people dancing even amidst the deserted building. Number 1. Malacañang Palace in Metro Manila. The official residence and principal workplace of the President of the Philippines is considered by believers to be haunted by numerous ghosts, such as former presidents, former presidential aides and attendants, those from pre-Hispanic and Spanish eras, as well as a black lady peering out towards the Pasig River from a window of the Mabini Hall late at night. Stories of first-hand experiences abound. Many tell of hair-raising experiences of seeing the ghosts of the late Magsaysay and Quezon. And if that is not enough to run a spine-tingling sensation up your back, sightings of paranormal creatures such as the Black Lady of Mabini Hall have been reported. So does the ghost of an American chaplain named Father Brown. So next time you pay the president a visit, if you had that chance in your lifetime, do it in full daylight and not when darkness has fallen.